Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a review of a recent dinner I had with subscribers. I invited subscribers to reach out to me during the Vancouver Wine Festival. The theme of the Vancouver Wine Festival this year was US wine, so I thought I'd do a US wine dinner. A couple of subscribers reached out to me, and I also had a couple of friends who joined me for dinner, so we had a really nice night. This is the picture of all the bottles. This was taken at the end of the night in bad light after drinking, so that's probably not great. That's why you see it kind of blurry, but I will go through all the wines right now. This is a short video of the wine lineup. We were at Gordon Ramsay's Steak in Richmond. They normally have a 2-bottle limit per table, but they saw I was there that night and did agree to waive it for just this special occasion. I think it's about $50 per bottle for the corkage. So the first bottle of wine we had was the 2018 Cornell Chardonnay. This is a fairly new winery established in 2013 by Henry and Vanessa Cornell. They're out of the Sonoma County area. So their 2018 vintage is 100% Chardonnay from the Fountain Grove AVA in Sonoma. It is aged 8 months in neutral French oak, and you don't see a lot of oak influence on this wine. It's much more a peaches and cream style of Chardonnay, quite light but balanced, and really nice way to start off the night. My notes: pear, rose, and chamomile aromas, and then your peach and citrusy elements on the palate with a medium body. Really nice wine to start out the night. My rating 88 points. Next, we had the Bryant Family 2012 DB4. This is a red blend. Bryant Family, very famous Napa winery out of Richard Hill, established in 1992. This is kind of their entry level or more approachable or easy drinking wine. It's a blend of 35% Merlot, 34% Cabernet Franc, 23% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 8% Petit Verdot, although I think in more recent vintages, the percentage of Cabernet Sauvignon has gone up quite a bit. It's called DB4 because it uses fruit from the four different regions, from Bryant, from Madrona, from Thorvelos, and Los Posados. Did not decant this wine. And I think that was the right choice. It's kind of a medium body wine that's really ready to drink right now. And very nice. And again, nice way to kind of get into the dinner, not too overly heavy. So my notes were, it was had some lavender, some black currant, some dusty earth, and some herbs on the aftertaste. And my rating was 88 points. Next, one of my subscribers brought in a Caymus Special Selection 2005, and I made a mistake of actually not decanting. We probably should have, on hindsight, decanted, although it was really nice, but it probably would have even tasted better if we had did a quick decant of it. I was a little concerned and don't have a lot of experience with old Napa, so that's my mistake. So we didn't decant this. It was showing very nicely. Of course, this is their flagship wine of the Caymus or the Wagner family. We found it really surprisingly youthful. 2005 showed very, very little signs of aging. I could see it going another 5 to 7 years easily before it plateaus. But really, really wonderful wine, and probably I would have scored it higher if I would have decanted it correctly. So my notes: plums, figs, blackberries, cassis, slight oakiness on the taste, really velvety on the palate with some tobacco leaves on the aftertaste. I scored it 94 points. It was, to me, a toss-up between this wine and the next wine as to the wine of the night, but I think it would have appreciated a slight decant, and that would have probably got it up to probably the 95-point level in my mind. Next wine was my wine of the night. It was brought by one of my other subscribers. It's the Beaulieu Vineyards 2015 Georges de la Tour Private Reserve. It's a blend of 90% Cabernet Sauvignon, 4% Merlot, 3% Petit Verdot, 3% Malbec, aged 22 months in French oak, 90% new barrels. We did decant this wine, And I had the opportunity of speaking during the International Wine Festival with Margot van Staveren, who is the director of winemaking for Beaulieu Vineyards. We did a tasting of some of their older wines, and also at the wine festival also got to taste their regular Cabernet Sauvignon from 2015, which was still very youthful. So I thought this had the best drinking window of the night for all the wines. We should have decanted the Caymus a little bit longer, and the next wine was a little bit young. But this one I thought was really in its drinking window and really showing really well. The thing I loved about this was that it's really powerful and elegant. It's almost got that Bordeaux-esque style compared to newer wines, Napa wines, which are a little bit more fruit forward and a little bit away from Bordeaux, classic Bordeaux style, which ironically now a lot of Bordeaux wines actually taste American or Napa like with the higher alcohol. But I digress. Tasting notes. The wine had violets, oak, and dark plums on the nose. It was full-bodied with cassis, black cherry, clove, and cinnamon on the palate. I detected some spicy oak and tobacco on the aftertaste. I really thought it was quite a complete wine, but I think it'll drink well for the next 10 years. My score was 95 points. Next wine was a little young, but we did decant it. It's the Barnett Vineyards 2021 Cabernet Sauvignon. Barnett Vineyards is from the Spring Mountain AVA, and this was brought by one of my other friends. But a little young. We did decant for about an hour, but it was still drinking nicely. It's just it is young and tannic right now. Of course, I think it will get better once it's kind of the tannins have resolved. I would try again in 5 years, but my notes right now were there was cassis, dark berries, licorice, with a little dark chocolate aftertaste. So my rating was 91 points. We were all feeling great, and we were at Gordon Ramsay, and I was marveling about all the great desserts they have, the sticky toffee pudding and the Black Forest trifle. Not completely done, Gordon Ramsay has a great wine list, so we took a kind of couple of Rieslings. First one was the Reichsgrat von Kesselstatt Josephshofer Riesling Spatlese 2002. It's around 120 or 130 a bottle at Gordon Ramsay, very reasonable. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about German Rieslings. I do enjoy them. I know it's a Spatlese, which is the second kind of level up from Cabernet in terms of the sweetness level. But I thought it was a kind of a nice end of the night. It's always nice to end with Riesling, and some people start with Riesling, but it's not a bad dessert wine to have with lighter desserts or with cheese. But I thought it was a great price and a great opportunity to taste a older vintage Riesling. So we all enjoyed it. My notes, quite light-bodied. Probably is not petrol-y as I would expect for old Riesling, with some orange peel and tropical fruits. I thought the aftertaste was a little short, but really a joy to open. My rating was 91 points. My subscriber, who was much more of a Riesling fan and an expert compared to me, would graciously agree to also purchase another bottle. And again, this was very reasonable on this. I think it was like 160 on the Gordon Ramsay wine list. This is the J.J. Prum Graacher Himmelreich Riesling Spatlese 2012. So we got to compare and contrast two Spatlese wines. I found it to be a huge difference in terms of the actual intensity of the wine. This was much richer in style, and you did see a little bit more petrol. I thought the quality of this wine was better than the 2002, and that's the usefulness of comparing and contrasting wines. So my notes, more intensity of flavors, more body. It's citrusy, peach, and apricot notes with a little bit of clove and spice in the aroma. My rating was 93 points. This last photo is not of wine, but of food. This is, again, we had our wine dinner at the Gordon Ramsay Steak in Richmond inside the River Rock Casino, and just opened. Really quite nice establishment, probably the best non-Asian restaurant in Richmond. And you can see this is their beef Wellington for two, which is cooked to perfection. So I just want to highlight this. It's a beautiful beef Wellington, and if you are a beef Wellington person, it's probably as good as it gets. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy drinking.